Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Patty Stratton, and Patty and I are going to be talking about Parkinson's disease. You are with the Parkinson's, support group?
Greater Fresno Parkinson's Support Group.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Patty.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
Parkinson's
good to be here.
disease. Not
That's
something
right.
you're going to find on the evening news that much, but it's pretty prevalent, isn't it?
It's very prevalent here in our Central Valley.
Yeah.
We don't know why. It's more prevalent than the national average, but that's the truth, and we're here to support everyone who has Parkinson's, has a loved one, wants to know more about it.
That for people that aren't familiar with Parkinson's, it affects, we were talking about all organs of the bodies, and there's certain motor effects that can be seen with someone that has Parkinson's. But for someone that's not familiar with the disease, what's the, if they maybe are having some questions about a loved one or something, what's the first signs that are kind of like trigger signs that we need to be aware of? Do you know?
Okay, well, I do know. It does present itself differently with every person, but most often it starts with tremors, maybe just a small one. For my husband, it was just his pinky finger shaking, and so we knew that wasn't right. He was playing hardball for senior men's baseball. He couldn't throw the ball as far. He was the catcher. So he was noticing lack of strength and the tremor. Other symptoms would be gait and balance problems, rigidity, dyskinesia, where it's involuntary movements.
Yeah.
Those are all the motor symptoms, but
Right.
then there's lots and lots of non-motor symptoms too.
Now, availability of informed medical doctors. Okay,
Wow.
for someone that all of a sudden maybe I've got a little tremor or I'm having trouble with my balance, and I go to my normal primary care doctor. Okay, how are we in the Central Valley? Let's say stocked with doctors that are aware of the various presenting symptoms that can make at least the initial diagnosis for further evaluation.
Okay, well, we did go to our general practitioner, and he was diagnosed with arthritis, which we knew it wasn't, but he told us to take these pain pills whenever you had pain, and he said there's no pain. And eventually we were referred to the Sunnyvale Institute, and that's where he was actually diagnosed correctly with Parkinson's disease. So it depends on the doctor and how much training they have. You want to see a movement disorder specialist, a neurologist, to get an accurate.
Bingo. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Movement disorder specialist, neurologist.
Exactly.
Those are the people that we want to see.
They know.
Not necessarily our GP. If we go in and he says, take 2 pills and call me in the morning, you can request maybe a little further investigation.
Yes,
and that's where
absolutely.
You want to
The neurologist, and then if you have someone who is a movement disorder specialist, even better.
go. And early diagnosis is very important, isn't it?
It's important because what they're going to tell you is keep moving, number one. And this, lots of the same things for you and I, eat good meals, exercise, drink plenty of water, normal good care. But they're really going to encourage that movement and use of the voice so that you don't lose it.
And people do. So, your husband was diagnosed, and there you are all by yourself, you and your husband. Okay, you got some doctors say, well, we can help you with this, that, the other. But somehow you found the support group.
I did.
Tell us the story about that.
Well, I saw it in the newspaper, actually, that
Really?
they were having a meeting.
Okay.
And I asked my husband, and he didn't want any part of it. And, so I let it go for a while and, asked him again. He still wasn't interested. I said, well, I'm going to go and just see what I can find out.
Right.
And so he wound up going with me. And we've been going ever since. And now I'm the co-director, along with Ron Schiller, of our group. And that's a 2-year commitment. And it's nice because you meet like-minded people,
Right.
same concerns, looking for answers, looking for things that will help our Parkinson's
Support
people.
group and, possibly resource for information.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
We bring in speakers every month that are usually Parkinson's associated.
Right.
So maybe a physical therapist, an occupational therapist, a speech therapist, a doctor, Just, I think we're mostly an educational, I would say we're an educational forum, but then also just to support each other.
Which reminds me, da-da-da-da, we got an event coming up.
We do have an event coming up, and that's why I'm here today.
Okay.
I wanted to invite everyone to come to our 3rd annual Parkinson's Summit, and it is hosted by Greater Fresno Parkinson's Support Group.
Okay.
We bring in top-notch people. We have Carol Lee Barlow from the Parkinson's Institute in Sunnyvale. She will be our keynote speaker, and I'm very excited about that. And then we also have 8 breakout sessions from which people can choose 2. So we have exercise for the mind and body. We've got downsizing and what you need to do if you're considering moving to a safer space. We've got an occupational therapist. We have Nordic walking, a demonstration on that. We've got legal and financial planning. We have a geriatric manager coming in.
So you've got a lot of good resources.
We have great resources. We're very excited.
And we are open to anybody that's interested?
Anybody who's interested,
Yeah.
Certainly people with Parkinson's, their care providers,
Okay, Penny,
and
I'm going to
family.
stop you right there before we go forward. You said, importantly, for people with Parkinson's, who may have a spouse that was like your spouse that said, oh, I don't want to go.
Well,
And maybe that's the time.
that would be the time to
time
come.
to go, wouldn't it?
Because you're going to get lots of information.
You're not alone. 1, there's a lot of information that you don't have. 2, this is a local resource that can help you, again, with like-minded people, with education resources, and sometimes just a attaboy, attagirl.
That's
as
right.
you're struggling.
We're there for each other.
Yeah.
So when it's a hard time, we know who we can call and just look for support. And, we have someone right now that's in the hospital, and we can go and visit and, just send positive messages to them. So.
And it's amazing that the Central Valley of California has a substantially higher incidence of Parkinson's than anywhere else in the States.
That's
We don't know
correct.
why,
We don't know
but
why.
it's showing up here in significant numbers.
That's
If
right.
you have concerns, if you have or are a patient, or maybe if you'd just like to be involved. The summit is when?
It's going to be January 26th, 2019, and it will be at Hope Lutheran Church.
Hope Lutheran Church, which is located?
It's 364 East Barstow Avenue in Fresno.
Easy to get to.
Easy to get to.
Now, we have a webpage.
We actually have our own webpage. I'm going to tell you where you can sign up for the summit, which
Right.
is at parkinson.org and then a /Fresno.
Okay.
And there you'll see our programming, and at the bottom you'll be able to register.
Register. Good. Do we have any other social media? Like Facebook?
We
or-
do have a Facebook
You have a
page,
Facebook page?
and we have our own page for it's GFPSG for Greater Fresno Parkinson Support Group.org.
Okay.
And they can go there and see our newsletters, the kind of speakers we've had in the past, anything they want
Contact
to know.
information and all sorts of
Absolutely,
things.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
And anyone who's interested is welcome to call me too. My number is 559-322-7412.
Patty, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Once
I
you come back,
appreciate
we're
it.
going to talk more about this.
All righty, thank you. I appreciate that.
If you happen to know, be, or even have rumor of someone that may have an issue that could possibly be Parkinson's, find out as much you can as soon as you can. This is a great resource for that. And I'll see you when we come back.